What do you think about what Meta's doing and with the open source Llama? A lot of people are surprised to see them open sourcing, but then other people say that's the best way to develop a product is to open source it. So what are your thoughts there?
Yeah.
Also, Jan LeCun, who works for Facebook, he's constantly chirping away on Twitter because he's anti-Musk. And so it's this weird dynamic happening between these people. What do you think of that?
Well, I think for the first part of the question, I think what Meta is doing is great. I mean, open source is going to be the way, and in the future, in the past, it was kind of the way of developing in a trustworthy way that anyone can kind of examine and see what the software is doing, and giving the opportunity to companies like us, for example, to kind of build on top of it, tweak it. And his vision is the same as well, that it's going to be like a long tail and billions or millions of AI agents. And that could be done through one of the main models is what Meta just did. It might be a bit of a contradiction compared to his old self, what we have seen from Mark Zuckerberg back then.
Of wanting to own everything.
Yeah, of wanting to own everything, right. And having.
But is this a way of owning everything? Somehow? Because if you look at a Linux or a Bitcoin or a blockchain, it's open source is what made it successful.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's going to revert back to their success faster than a Google model.
Yeah. Well,
maybe.
We don't know what their long-term plan is. It's partly they had to kind of catch up, I guess, and the new 3.1 for like the 401 billion parameter, like the strongest model that they have, they kind of had to catch up with that. And what they're doing now, it's kind of like a scorched earth kind of strategy. To me, or at least this is how we look at it. It's kind of meet the same level as, like, let's say the competition, and then release it for free. And this is what happened just now. So we don't know how they're gonna do it in the future. I don't know if at some point they're gonna close it. They don't seem to, or this is not what they say. But currently, I think they're both gonna exist closed and open source. But for the developer community, this open source way of, I guess, developing and advancing it's more beneficial. I think it's definitely for us.
Okay, and you like that a lot because you can use it, plug it in.
Yeah, of course.
And it's super helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like you said, it's one thing to use these big models with tons of compute, but you can get all these smaller localized versions that can do faster, more specific compute really efficiently, right? And you can run them on your phone or run them on some localized piece of infrastructure.
Yeah. And even soon, smart contracts as well, because they're much smaller. You need the smart contract main memory needs to be much smaller. Obviously, that could be also done.
An AI smart contract.
Yeah, well, smart contracts can kind of hold one of these models at some point. Yeah,
wow.
This is what ICP is. I think they, to some extent, they did as well. Large models, I don't think they work there yet, but they, like something like a 2 billion or 4 billion, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Parameter model they already ran. That was completely ran on a smart contract, and it was doing image categorization. I think something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting.
Okay, so a lot of interesting.
So we're looking closely at that. As soon as it gets to that level that we can integrate it and use that, we are very likely going to be doing something like that as well.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.